driving lessons with her. 1 minute 20 seconds, 1 minute 40 seconds. Yeah, that's a new record. The guy said non-smokers are a whole different story. So let them give him some money. What kind of punks are those freaks? The cat pulls the main character out of his thoughts because he's curious how they're going to point out Gu Hyan. The main character doesn't know whether he'll rush off and ask him to point out those bastards, or they'll be exposed very quickly, and if the cat points. Sure, that's a good option. But we won't need her help right now. She'll join the process, then start persuading the others to choose Hyun, so it won't get in the way of revealing her true identity. The main character cares about her a lot, but they're just allies. So she should stop making those weird faces. From now on, they need to write as little as possible in the chat. When Hyun is mentioned in the chat, they need to write, "I hate that bastard." But it turns out they'll still have to create a discussion topic. In the end, yeah, that's how it is. And what exactly will the topic be, actually? The main character is going to make Hyan an outcast, who's leading us to gym class, opens his locker. He sees a mouse there and gets really scared. But what is a dead mouse doing here? Once they got outside, his friend told him it was a mouse. Ugh, that's definitely someone over there. He'll just get angry at him. As soon as he finds out who it is, he'll definitely kill that bastard. What? This guy doesn't suspect a thing. In fact, there are no roadside psychopaths like that. So how is it that he still hasn't been stabbed while he was putting on his sneakers? He feels intense pain, and right away a friend runs up and asks him what the hell happened. He's cramping. Let him show what's there, but it doesn't look like a cramp. It looks like thumbtacks holding the sneakers in place for the 3rd year already. It's so damn annoying that _ did this, he'll catch him and definitely kill him, and so we cut to that same bastard, who asks the main character why he's just messing with Nov. Maybe it has something to do with killing that idiot after all. You just need to suggest someone all the guys from Death Code dislike. Isn't it enough just to point at that bastard? But basically, you also have to mock him, of course. None of them will be convinced. But then why does the main character do it? And here the hero is sure that these _ themselves blew it up, and we shift again to this 3rd grader. He's upset. What kind of nonsense is all this? It can't be a coincidence. All this horror was not only in soccer cleats. The next day, someone tore his favorite sports uniform. Sure, he's still looking for it. But so far, all efforts have been in vain. Why doesn't he just tell the teacher about it? Everything they did before was always supposed to be decided by the teacher. Let them just use the teacher's authority. What else is left? Although it's a good idea, and our 3rd grader goes to a teacher who doesn't want to help him, why would the teacher always punish him if one of the students complained about him? Why, when he asked for help, did he refuse? Actually, all of this is just, Hyung, he'll be graduating soon. If anything happens to him after school ends, he'll come to him. The teacher has told him that 100 times already. He knows how many problems he caused at school, how many things were messed up. He'll be grateful for that and finish school in peace. And that _ also calls himself a teacher? If he's about to finish school, is that any reason to spit on him? Great, he'll just report it to the City Department of Education. Seems he doesn't get it at all, unless after that he turns into a normal person. If he tries to do that, the teacher will tell everyone about his misdeeds, and he'll get kicked out of school altogether. So he can do whatever the teacher wants. It turned out that this whole conversation was recorded by a 3rd-year student. That's how well he fooled the teacher. But what will he do? Judging by this recording, all teachers are exactly the same. They're government employees, and this can be hushed up because of one minor incident involving them. If he dares to report anything to the Department of Education, he's done for. Hey, idiots. Let's bury everyone we can. Absolutely, the whole list of suspects will be beaten first. They'll be in 2nd year. This is Shin Tae's 1st class, Kim Jong-guk, Lee Min. And so on. Then, in the 2nd grade, all the bullies come into these classrooms and call the students, and now it's the main character's turn to enter the main character's classroom. The long-haired guy says everyone he named has to go with him. Blue Moose is already wondering whether he should go with this stranger. Yeah, sure. He'll leave too. But there was just no point in terrorizing him. Well, long-haired knows everything, blue-haired would never do that. But he just wants to catch that bastard, and he'll explain the rest later. So let them at least come out first. But they lead us to the meeting place of those poor long-haired people right in front of everyone. Let the one who sewed buttons into his shoes step forward, and he'll let everyone else go. Well then. The main character doesn't want to go outside with long hair, and he expected this result. It's completely obvious that whoever's mocking him is a real coward. He wouldn't have had the courage to hide and not organize all this terrorism in silence. Well, then he has no choice but to play this game. But at least for now, until this terrorist answers, the rules of this game are simple: you'll have to slap your friend. The audience doesn't understand why the slaps are needed, but the long-haired poor guy in glasses keeps explaining. Now that everyone clearly understands what needs to be done, let him continue. For example, the guy in glasses. Let it strike the one standing behind him, which is still completely unclear to him. After this line, the man in glasses moves close to the guy's face, and even now, after the beating, he shouts that he gets it, but the girl standing behind him will forgive him. He had no other choice but to hit her. Which he does, but the girl doesn't stay on the sidelines and shout, "Why is he hitting so hard?" She answers with a slap, but with a fist instead of a palm. Watching all this, the long-haired one is enjoying himself. He hopes everyone __ in this building got it. And those who didn't, come forward and make it clear. Well then. No one came out. Well, if so, then start after this line. In this building, fierce chaos broke out, and everyone started fighting and shouting at each other. But our main character isn't part of all this nonsense. He's lost in thought, thinking the tension is already building, and he probably should go along with it after all. But at least until the right moment comes, he turns in fury toward the blue-haired man, but the main character strikes first, ordering that __ to come over, and now we move a little ahead in time, namely by 10 minutes. The girl with blue hair and the main character can't hit each other anymore. But our boy turned out to be tougher. Because the land falls into his lap. Well then. Our main character remembers a recent conversation with a cat who wanted to know if he sympathized with him, because innocent guys will suffer for nothing and most likely, they won't hate the long-legged moose. But the terrorist who was sewing buttons onto other people's sneakers. But the main character knows that at the beginning, everything will be exactly like this, and that's exactly what he wants. And a shout pulls him out of the main character's thoughts. The guy in the white shirt is shouting. He's looking for that terrorist. He has no conscience at all. Let him finally stop tormenting everyone and get out free because of one bastard. Everyone's suffering. He's just shameless. The others pick up on the idea and start shouting too, demanding that he come out. Someone even begs him to do it. And the long-haired criminal barely makes it here. Hurry up, or does he think this was a one-time thing? If he doesn't come out, he'll gather everyone until he finishes school, and before it's too late, it's better to let life come out, addressing the audience. He says that absolutely everything they do is the fault of one idiot, and it seems this is exactly the moment the protagonist was waiting for. Because now, when you're mad at someone but don't know exactly who, you need to reveal the real reason why everyone here acts like this. The protagonist walks up to the long-haired guy and tells him that it's like the one __ causing them to do all this, isn't him. The secret terrorist is exactly the __ standing in front of him right now. Wait, what did the main character just say, and isn't he right? It doesn't matter whether someone is terrorizing long-haired people or not. What does everyone here have to do with all this? He thinks everyone here will just sit quietly. And it turns out the main character is a good leader too, because after his words, the tension starts to rise. Someone shouts that somehow, because of that bastard, they have to put up with this. Everyone here thought they were avoiding him because they hated him, but it turned out they were just afraid of him. Why does he have to beat them all up? Let him just finish school in peace and get the hell out of here. This whole situation is unbelievably annoying, especially that loser's long hair. The hero asks again why this __ called them losers, clearly provoking the long-haired boy. He hits the main character. After that, he says that everyone present here today will die, following long-haired's line that everyone will die. His friends start beating up anyone who tried to hurt the leader. There's a real slaughter of the main character here. He's on the floor badly hurt, they hit him hard. But even that's not bad. Because right now those long hairs will suddenly end in the middle of the hall, and some freak will start shouting at the top of his lungs for everyone there to shut up. They're real savages, how dare they? But the main character doesn't understand what's wrong with this freak. And isn't that some ridiculous haircut? I don't like that this guy's drawing so much attention to himself, so he kicks him, yelling for that damn otaku to shut up. But this jerk doesn't care. He calls everyone here mere mortals. Let those with long hair carry on his work. A person is only capable of beating people, and he is capable of that. He doesn't have much time left, the cat of death will get to him. The main character is insane, because this guy knows about the death code. Most likely, he's one of them. And this weirdo will carry on his work. If he dies with long hair, then peace will reign at the school. No one will be sad, everyone will only be happy. In the end. It was the same after Kim Do-yeon died. No one mourned him, and the same awaits him now. Those words clearly don't like long hair. He takes off his jacket and starts strangling him. If that __ wants to die so badly, then he'll gladly fulfill his wish. So let him say hello to Kim Do-nu in heaven. The main character watches everything unfold. No one's going to stop them, and should he even get involved? But still. Someone intervened, and here are the teachers who came to the scene of all this noise. One of them is screaming, she has long hair. But after this event, we jump to the future. For a while, the school was in chaos because Goki blackmailed the school with the audio recording and managed to avoid expulsion. He was just suspended from school for 30 days and also required to work 100 hours as a volunteer. The homeroom teacher responsible for this was also penalized with a pay cut for a full 4 months. Everyone said the punishment was too lenient. But honestly, there was nothing the school could do about it. After that incident, his long hair didn't even change. And the main character didn't even mention Go-hyun in the death code, because it just wasn't necessary, since a rat showed up, and that rat is the same bastard who was yelling in the hallway, and he writes that they all have to vote for Hyun's death in the death code, because there's just no bastard worse than him at this school. Then the bat shows up. They were going not to use the death code, but the rat is jealous. He agrees to any option, but when he says we need to vote for someone, I just hit yes without asking questions. But then we're taken to Kot and Sava, where the first of them talks about how great it is that there was a rat at the scene of the beating. He pointed to Hyun's legs himself, so he didn't even have to set anything up, and by the way, what about Sava's face? Well, the main character's face is of course fine. Another problem came up, because the rat told me about the death code. Several strange notifications on the main character's phone distract him from the shock. When he looks at it, he's furious. How can that be a rat? He's an idiot. Turns out Hyun wrote a post about the death code, claiming that he is the god of the new world, and that everyone bows their heads before him, and of course they don't believe it. They're just wild and mortal. But soon everyone will stop thinking he's crazy, because he thinks so himself. In the end, the next one to die will be a high school student, Hyung, and the expected date of death is within a month after this post is published. Who's behind that damn barking, Yagami? When will Hyung die? You mortals will worship our gods, that's all. And the rat, of course. Looked like a madman. But for the cat to just go crazy. Why did this mentally disabled __ write that? Tell him to delete that damn post right away, and he won't mind if it gets deleted, but only if everyone here votes for Hyun's turtle. He's asking a perfectly reasonable question about what'll happen if they get burned by this chat. Well, the rat says it's all anonymous here, so they won't get caught. Just having fun isn't the best option. They're gods. Why should they avoid such incredible power? What are they afraid of, the police? Yeah. Even police officers can be killed. He agrees to delete the post. But everyone agrees it happened only after Hyun's death. Apparently not. The octopus disagrees. Because that idiot has to be killed before Kyon. And that makes the rat laugh, it wants to kill him. He has no information on him, that damn savage. The chosen ones cannot unite their powers in life. You'll have to do everything yourself. Not just kill them all. But his Hyung doesn't let him finish. He hits him, leaning toward that bastard. He's showing the post that this rat wrote, well, basically. He's taking us to the construction site where his older brother brought a rat. And the second one, frightened, couldn't guess that the long-haired man would see his post, and followed him. But why are they here? It's so scary. Maybe he should just run away, by turning into a rat? The older brother asks him to get the mobile phone. He orders him to do it, although wait. Why is the guy who always started with fists suddenly asking for a cell phone? Is this __ scared of him? He pissed himself from fear because of the death code. He knows that Hyun's life is in his hands. These thoughts give the rat courage, and he asks if that man really poses a threat, if he's so mortal? Then he should have revered someone like him as a god. But no. Go-hyun slaps him in the face, showing support. He asked him to be normal, but he himself got into trouble. Let him not think he'll walk away on 2 legs today after defeating the rat out of turn. The second one finally decided to give in and unlock it. The guy on the phone is just shocked. Is all this really true? Is it really possible that after all those votes, people were dying the next day, which means that's how Kim Do-yeon was killed, and they even planned to kill his killers? How can he get rid of those bastards if all this are anonymous messages saying that he was in a close relationship with him, and that he would benefit from his death. Ha! So, it's obvious that the main character, and then it turns out that he was the one terrorizing him in that situation in the auditorium. Well. Damn, all of this fits Kim Kyung-min, that owl. He killed Kim Do-hyun and terrorized him with long hair. Let the rat delete the post and unlock his phone for a while, his phone will fall under the control of long hair. The main character, who is watching the post deletion now, is Hyun, not someone who would delete the post for no reason, and he stopped writing in the chat at some point. Did this __ get henna? Sent you to school? The hero thinks there are too many suspicions, and all the possibilities need to be calculated. In the end, if Hyung had timed the post and come to Park Hyo, then that ghoul is in rough shape. Deciding to check, the main character asks whether there's a rat in the chat, but the guy in glasses doesn't. It's strange that the guy who usually chats a lot is sitting there without his phone. It turned out that Yoo-yoon took his phone, thinking about the main character. The cat standing behind him. She knew he had been hanging around somewhere nearby. The main heroine is really worried about Hyunah for now. Well, yeah, because of him, everything will become obvious. The problem is that they think too much about it. Let the main character not worry about that. They could just kill him. After all, she's already exposed his identity, but wait, kill the chat member. What happens if a participant dies before time? It means they'll be banished from this world, but she and I are handling a situation where long hair is simply happy. Since all Death Code participants don't mind killing the hunter rat, so GN stops them. He really will die, but wait, this __, who kills others and fears death, if the rat dies, then Hyung won't be able to use the Death Code. The Death Code description says that banishment is the same as death. He understands the meaning of this statement. This __, who thinks he needs the Death Code so badly. He doesn't care. If the rat dies, he just wants to find everyone in this chat, and if that glasses-wearing guy wants to survive, let him steal the main character's phone. Well, that's a plus, because with his phone and the boy's phone, they'll get 2 votes against him. Of course, that's just assuming the main character is the owl, but let the baton help. If he doesn't steal the phone, then in 2 days the vote to expel that freak will begin. He told everything, and now the rat is just furious. This is a plant with long fibers. He'll finish him off the moment the rat is ready to attack. His long hair is swept back. He wanted to say something else, and that's why the rat didn't stab him. Hyun kicks him away without hesitation. That bastard is a son of a bitch, but no, he can't kill him that easily. If he dies, Kim Kyung-min will kill him before his hair grows long enough to pour on all those kids from Code Death. That rat will survive, and if he does something that's stupid again, he'll die in the most painful way. But the last thing that happens outside is this: it starts raining, and we see the main character walking under pressure, thinking that voting starts tomorrow, and it's time for the rat to start typing something in the chat as they say. You'll remember __, here it is. A rat now standing in front of the main character asks the boy to spare her a little time. So instead of chaos in the chat. In the end, the rat came to him on its own. They took his phone. That means, __ Hyung is already convinced the main character is an owl. Wait. Why does this main character have to go on a business trip with a rat? Honestly, he doesn't have time for that. He doesn't even have time for that. And right at that moment, the main character gets hit in the face with a chunk of reinforcement, which leaves him unconscious. It turned out that his older brother hit him, who's amused by the fact that this freak got caught. The hero opens his eyes. The hero is already on the construction site. His hands are tied with something. His long hair seems to be asking whether the main character slept well, or whether he should be called an owl. Wait, what owl are you talking about? What nonsense. Have them untie the main character quickly, or they'll regret trying to distract us with talk. The main character uses a coin to try to free himself from the ropes binding his hands. Long hair, he doesn't notice it. Don't let the main character pretend he doesn't know who that owl is. I wonder how long this __ can keep pretending he doesn't know anything. He has his phone number, but why is there no death code here? Now let's check whether this is really the same phone. Long hair. He shakes out the main character's backpack, and AirPods fall out, and he picks them up. He says that if this really is the main character's phone, then let them use the headphones that just fell out. And the photos were taken just 2 days ago. This is a fake phone. Let the main character stop putting up with this nonsense and say where the real phone is. In 18 minutes, the vote will begin, and if the main hero wins on time, then everything will work out for him, and he decides to continue talking with that long-haired freak whose head he hurt in the fight. The phone broke, so he carries this underscore with him. He really thinks he can fool him that easily. Let's see how long he can endure that pain, but he won't let him keep bullying the main characters. A message on the rat's phone, opening and reading the message with long hair. Who used the death code and is about to kill them with rat's phone right now. And then a message comes in from Sava, saying they don't care about that rat, they need to get rid of Hyun first. It seems all the guesses were in vain, and the rat is starting to feel sorry for the owl, because he decided to kill not him, but that bastard. But hold on, if Sava isn't the main character, then who is he? Who is this underscore? And the main character was very lucky that the cat managed to just in time save him. After all, at that very moment when the voting started, she had both phones, except for Go Hyun. In a rage, he grabs the main character by the neck. He's the guy with the owl, he can cancel all this, so let him do it. If he doesn't tell him where the phone is, his teeth will be completely wrecked. The main character doesn't give up and tries to break free using a coin. He cuts through this damn harness and grabs his arm with long hair, there are pliers. Then he yanks that bastard off his feet in one hard move, when he falls. The rat's phone, which was in Hyun's back pocket, falls out and Hyun, used to kill Go. He lost the election. After being banished, the rat unanimously survived. The main character realizes it's over. Some strange shadow has already appeared. But why is Go Hyun crying out so quickly, begging the rat to stop? Yes, he can forgive him. They can even just talk, but no, Yoon knows there's a stone in his hand. Yeah, and the voting is already over, and that's the start of the death code. A strange shadow envelopes the crane, and the hook is pointing toward the long-haired one. He's glad to be alive, he got very lucky. But what brings us to the main character coming down the stairs? To his right is Hyun's hand. It's the only thing sticking out of the pile of rocks, like, underscore, because Hyun was exiled, but he's still a man. So let him rest in peace. And at that moment, a cat appears. It's glad this is how things turned out, just as the main character expected. He was so smart, if it weren't for his plan, who knows what would have happened. And we finally learn about his plan. The moment the cat was talking about killing the rat, the main character said that was impossible, because killing him isn't the priority, since Go Hyun now has a phone. If he saw the death code on the phone, then that's more likely than anything else. He'll come for the main hero. So let the girl do whatever he tells her to, since it all worked out. Can the cat give him the phone? She's not especially eager to do that, but it's still the protagonist's phone, so he snatches it, and the cat keeps playing the protagonist's role. It's just something he could do, and in principle, praise her for it. She helped him a lot. Later. Let them get out of here first, but then the main character shows up, crying for help. It's a rat begging for mercy, and it feels like it's about to die. Then a cat runs up to it, grabbing a stone in its paws and asking the rat, why? As it begs to be saved, she finishes the rat off. The main character is shocked by what the girl just did. She did everything right. We can't let Park Yoon do anything else. The main character is just stunned. This girl is clearly the most dangerous one here. In the main character's mind, a notification appears on the phone screen. This is the death code. Notification that the rat has been banished, and that his true identity is Park HN, and that the members of the death code will be rewarded for successfully banishing the rat, and they wish them the best in the fierce struggle. But wait. What's the reward for killing a member? And the cat has... Everything's already clear. Let the main character take a look at his bank account. There's 300 million won in it right now. Well, let's wrap it up for now. I hope you enjoyed this video.